Сегодня суббота, и сегодня Рождество. И посмотрите, что на улице. Тут просто прошел дождь. Никакого снега, никаким праздником здесь и не пахнет. Сейчас я направляюсь на Таймс-сквер. Я должен встретиться с Дональдом. И он мне обещал показать его работу. Он работает в музее мадам Тюссо. Метро здесь круглосуточное, 24 часа. Мы опять поднимаемся на какой-то дом. Я не знаю, удастся ли нам. Но там была открыта решетка. Но там было открыто.
So my name is Donald. I go by two different names. I go by Donald, my birth name, and then I have my designer name, which is Danye or Donye. I'm a fashion designer, but I also like working on film as a costume designer. So I just moved to New York in May of 2016. What do you want me to talk about?
Just your story.
So you see that building? That's my favorite building in New York City. Well, one of my favorite buildings. That's Flatiron, I believe. And so when I moved here to New York in May 1st of 2016, this was one of the places that I really wanted to come and visit. And when I moved here for my career, I didn't really have a place to live. So the whole city was my home. So I can basically lay down and that was, wherever I laid my head was my home. So this is actually one of the benches that I used to sleep on before I found a home here in New York. And the reason is because at nighttime, that building's lit up. So I would lay my head here and watch the building all night long. And then when I would wake up in the morning, that was the first building that I saw. So it would make me happy. So yeah, so this is a very famous bench. And that's it. And I ended up getting this job at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, making costumes for the wax figures here. So yeah, so it's kind of like working on film, but it's a little different because on film I actually make costumes to fit the movie, versus here I'm just making replicas of something that somebody famous already wore. So this is my job. I'm the fashion designer for Madame Tussauds New York. So right now I'm working on a dress for our Carrie Underwood figure. This is her old dress. This is her real dress that she wore in concert, and it's messed up. It's falling apart. So I had to make a new one. I come to work and my boss will pull up pictures of what I need to make. I have to make that for Katy Perry, and actually I already made it. So like this is Katy Perry. No, I don't have the batteries, but it actually works. We have batteries and it lights up just like that. I made that for Rihanna, you'll see it downstairs. I made that for Selena Gomez, you'll see that. I made that for Jennifer Aniston, and I'm making that for Kim Kardashian right now. And then I cut it and I sew it, and yeah.
Do you love your machine?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's not very fancy, but it gets the job done. Yep, and we put like very expensive shoes. Like, oh my God, women would die for these because these are Louboutins. Very, 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 very expensive shoes. But we put them on the figures downstairs. Yeah, so I fell in love with the city, and I lived on the streets for about 3 months. And then I got this job, and now I live with my brother.
Я, к сожалению, не могу снимать там, в музее. У них правила здесь такие, я не могу снимать головы людей, которые еще не готовы. Но я могу вам показать туалет, потому что здесь нет голов. И здесь, смотрите, что, здесь куча всяких штук, которые в итоге предназначаются для вот этих вот статуй, которые будут стоять внизу. Это статуя чья? Здесь нет имени. Вот попробуйте угадать, кто это. Я не знаю. На кого похож? На кого-то. О, кстати, голова чья-то. Не знаю, чья это голова. Вообще-то мы не в метро. Мы все еще в музее мадам Тюссо. И история в том, что это реально его одежда. Его мама живет в Бруклине, и она типа подарила музею его настоящую одежду. То есть это то, что он реально носил. Костюм Капитана Америки, который... В общем, именно этот костюм был в фильме.
So this is Fidel Castro. So when the artist from Madame Tussauds went to measure Fidel, the guy flew to Cuba, and then somebody picked him up at the airport, and they put a bag over his head and put him in the car, and then drove to where Fidel was living. And then the guy measured him and everything, and Fidel gave him these clothes, and then he put the bag on his head and he took him back to the airport. But the artist was scared because he didn't know where he's going. They put a bag on his head and that's it. So that's the story of Fidel Castro.